How's it going, everyone? We're just going to do kind of an intermediate to advanced Pilates class this evening. Alright, so do your best to keep up, do as much as you can. If you're struggling with the move, take a step back and do the simpler form of that move. But do your best to challenge yourself, rest whenever you need to rest, settle yourself now, focus on your breathing, and remember every time you move, you want to breathe. Okay, so let's just start with a gentle, general little warm-up. Okay, so bring the heels together, turn the toes out, shoulders back, lengthen your spine, lengthen your chest, open up the chest, lengthen your neck, take the ear to the shoulder, little semicircle around to the other side, shoulder to shoulder, just feel the weight of your head. Two more. And back to the center. Just check that posture. Spine long and strong, neck long, shoulders back, chest open, but relaxed. Ear to the shoulder, drop your head in behind. Shoulder to shoulder. One more, and back to the center. So working our way down from the neck. Let's move down to the shoulders, hands on your thighs, arms straight. Just work into the shoulders, little circles. Start small, breathing normally, and let the circles grow in size. So get that full range of movement. Work the shoulders, try to keep the arms as straight as possible so the movement's coming from the shoulder. Big circles now. And off to the next one. Let's just reverse that. So start small, little circles in the opposite direction. And let the circles start to grow in size. Large movements now, full range of movement. One more, and relax. So for now we've been breathing normally, so let's just take the hands in front of you. We're just going to do the butterfly arms, so I just want you to feel the weight in your arms. Okay, you're going to come up till you feel the weight in your arms. Take a breath in, breath out, tighten the tummy muscles on the way back down. So it should be a breath in, tighten the tummy muscles on the way down. Okay, let's do 8 of those, each time raising a little higher. So breath in, one more. And relax. So let's open up the heels. That hip width apart. Point the toes straight ahead. Take one hand round to your side. So we'll do a little lateral flexion, a little side stretch into the spine. So it's going to look something like this. I'm going to take a breath in. Take a breath out. I'm going to run my hand down towards my knee and create a little C circle overhead. Breathe out. Breathe in as I come back to the center. Breathe out as I go to the other side. Okay, so let's do 8 in total. Right, left, up to number 8. Shoulders back and relax. Pick a point straight ahead. Hands at your sides. Breath in. the center and relax. Okay, so keeping that position, just bring the hands out to the front of your thighs. We'll do the forward roll down. Okay, so it'll look something like this. I'm going to take the breath in, chin tuck, look where I want to go. I'm going to start to breathe out and start from the top of my neck, middle of my back, bottom of my back. Reach, reach, reach down to the floor. Bring on that stretch into your hamstrings. Breath in, breath out, and stack your spine back up again. All the way up, shoulders back and relaxed. Okay, so I'm just going to turn to the side. Let's go for 8 of those. So shoulders back and relaxed, spine long and strong. This is the position you want to come back to each time. So hands on the thighs, breath in, chin tuck, and roll down. Breath in, get one more. Okay, so if you've got your mat, got your towel, let's go down onto the mat and get ourselves ready for the first movement. Okay. So let's do that cat-cow style movement. So instead of hunching back, that cat-cow movement, bring the hips forward, tilt the pelvis forward, straighten your spine so you get up as tall as possible. Legs are out straight in front of you, and let's take the arms out in front. So it's going to be a roll down and a roll up. So we're going to go all the way back down, touch the hands to the floor, come all the way up and reach for the toes. So we're going to do 8 of these. I'll do the first one and show you with the breathing what it should look like. So keep an eye on this. It should look something like this. Breath in as I go back. Reach for the toes. So a breath in as you roll your spine, start at the bottom, middle, top, roll your spine down to the floor, reach back, keep the arms straight. That's your breath in, slow and controlled. Your breath out then as you peel yourself, chin tuck, peel yourself off the mat, come up and reach for the toes. So breath in as you go back, breath out as you come forward. Let's go for 8. So lengthen the spine up as tall as possible. Take a breath in, chin tuck and roll back. Number 5, keep reaching for the toes, breath in, 6, 1, and relax. Just bring the knees in for a second. Alright, so we'll move into our next movement. Similar position, staying in the same place on the mat. Okay, so the single leg stretch. So legs straight out in front, nice and tall. Let's do a roll back, but let's not go all the way back. Okay, let's go most of the way back. So breath in, breath out, back to somewhere around there. You can let the lower part of your back touch. If you want, you can go all the way down, rest your back fully onto the mat. So from there, let's bring one knee up towards you. So if it's my left knee and I have my left hand on my left ankle, something like that, and we'll hover the other foot. Okay, so the movement's going to look something like this. Keep an eye on me. I'm going to take a breath in, breath out, and I'm going to swap. Right hand to right ankle. Breath in, breath out, and swap. So tugging this knee back towards me, getting a stretch into the glute, straightening the other leg out in front. Try not to let it rest on the floor. So let's go for 16 of these. So set yourself up, one leg back, straighten the other leg out. Peel yourself off the mat if you want, if you can. Head, neck, shoulders, a little bit of your upper back. Okay, get the curve going if you can. If it's too much, lie on back onto your mat. So point of reference straight ahead, keep looking straight ahead. Breath in, breath out. Two more. Breath in, breath out, and relax. Take the hands behind your head. Just stretch out, fingers away from toes. Take a few seconds. So from here, let's roll ourselves up. So take a breath in, breath out, chin tuck, and roll up. Up you come. All right, everybody good? We're just going to keep moving forward. All right, get into the next movement. So similar setup again. Roll back, and now we're going to do a single straight leg raise. Okay, so keep an eye on me. It's going to look something like this. So straight legs to begin with. And roll back. Similar position to the last time. Just resting the lower part of my back on the floor. Bringing that knee in into tabletop, single leg into tabletop. And I'm going to hover the other leg. So almost onto this leg now. Okay, so from here, breath in, breath out, single leg raise. Breath in as I lower, breath out as I raise. Alright, so when you're ready, we're going to go for 8 of these. So keep pulling back on this knee. Get a stretch into the glute and the hamstring. So breath in, breath out, breath in as you lower. Keep that leg as straight as possible. Breath in. More and lower, but don't let it touch the floor. Swap legs, pull this knee back, get the stretch into the hamstring, into the glute. When you're ready, breath in, breath in, keep the leg as straight as possible. Let's just do one more. Breath in as you lower. Straighten the other leg out with control. Head back, arms back, and relax. Let's just roll over onto your tummy. Little diamond with the hands. Push through your hands, leave the hips behind. Just stretch out those tummy muscles. Breath in as you lower, breath out as you press. Breath in as you lower, out as you press. And one more. And we'll sit back over onto the mat again. Alright. So let's do that roll back again. Straighten the legs out in front, up tall. Stop about there somewhere. Just try to keep the shoulders off the mat if possible. Let's go into tabletop from here. So breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Let's point the arms overhead. So we're going to do a double arm reach, double leg extension. Okay, so it should look something like this. Breath in as you reach, breath out as you push, back to the center. Breath in as you reach, breath out as you return. So keep your head, shoulders peeled off the mat if you can, otherwise head down, neck supported, head supported. If you want, you can do a single leg version of this. 2 arms, 1 leg. So we'll go for 8 in total. If you're doing the single leg, go for 16. Right, left, right, left. So your version should look something like that. Alright? Everybody else, let's go for double arms, double legs. Alright, so peel yourself off the mat a little if you can. Hands, arms straight. Double breath in as you reach, breath out as you return. Two more. Now with control, let's come out of tabletop. Head back, relax, bring the knees into your chest for a few seconds. Take a few seconds to yourself. And we'll get into the next movement. Okay, so when you're ready, stay lying down. Straighten the legs out. Arms down to your sides. Turn the palms up so you're less likely to push through your fingers. Palms up with the arms resting down on the floor, hands on the floor. Alright, so looking straight up to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. Point the toes towards the ceiling. Let's take a single leg straight up in the air. Breath in, breath out. Keep that leg as straight as you can manage. It's okay if there's a little bend, try to get the stretch into the hamstrings. Now the other leg, let's just hover it about an inch off the floor. It's just hovering. So we're going to do the scissors. So it should look something like this. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Okay, so we're going to do 16 breaths. Alright, breath in, breath out will count as 1. Alright, so half left, half right, the scissors. So let's take that leg overhead. Hover the other foot, breath in, breath out, 1, breath in, breath out, 2. Last one. Lower the lower leg, lower the upper leg. Bring the knees into your chest. And relax. Take a few seconds to yourself. And roll yourself up into seated position. Okay, so let's get away from these front abdominals. All right, let's do a bit of work on our back. All right, so let's roll over. So if you want, in this position, you can raise your head, neck, a little bit of your chest off the floor, looking straight ahead. If you want, while you're carrying out this next movement, if it's too much stress on your head or on your neck, put your head down onto the mat or onto the towel. Okay, so for now, head down onto the mat. Let's take the arms out to your sides, palms face down, about a 30-degree angle, so not quite in your pockets, but just away from your pockets, just away from your hips, head pointed down. If you want, you can look straight ahead the way I am here, head, neck, chest lifted off the mat. Otherwise, head down. All right, so the movement's going to look something like this. I'm going to take a breath in, breath out, set myself up, squeeze the glutes nice and tight, pushing my hips into the mat. So from here, I'm going to do 10 arm raises. All right, keeping the arms straight, arms pointed behind me, like that. Breath in. So something like that. So either keep the head up, chest up, or head down supported on the mat. Set yourself up, squeeze the glutes, take a breath in and out. Last one. Let's hold that position, bring the arms out to your sides. So 90 degrees, almost like wings on an airplane. Breath in. Away we go, 9 more. Last one. Arms straight out in front, don't lose a beat. Let's do the double arm reach out in front. Breath in. One more. And relax. Bring the arms into your sides. Take it all the way back into child's pose. So push the hips back, try to sit onto your heels. Stretch the arms out in front. Really good, everybody. Tough little combination, those. 3 sets of 10. Upper back, middle of the back, lower back, squeezing the glutes. So we worked all the muscles behind you, okay? And up we come. Okay, so we're doing a plank with a twist, or a plank with an addition, alright? So, if you're struggling with the plank, whenever you see me go into the plank position, we're not going to do the plank on the forearms, we're going to do the plank on our hands. Just hold that position. If you're struggling, hold that position while we carry on with the rest of the exercise. For everybody else, we're going to do a single heel pulse kick. You'll see what I mean now whenever we get into position. So take yourself into 4-point. Okay, with control, slide one foot back and the other. Now come up onto your toes. So if you're comfortable enough, or if you're struggling with the plank, stay in this position. For everybody else, I want you to bend one knee. So from here, breath in, reach for the toes, breath out, reach for the glutes. Breath in. Let's do 8 more. As much control as possible. 6. Try not to twist the hips. 7. Let's return that foot. Let's swap over. Take the weight on the other foot when you're ready. Bring that heel back in. When you're ready now, no twisting the hips. Remember the pail of water, the little dish of water in the lower part of your back. Try not to let your hips twist. Let's try not to spill. Breath in. Last one. Back to the plank position, so with control, let's come back into 4 point, slide the knee in, and the other knee in, and let's drop it back into child's pose. Okay, so we're staying on the mat, we're just coming up onto our knees. We're going to work the hip flexors, quads, and the knees, okay? So usually when I do this movement, it kind of freaks a few people out, but I've never actually seen myself do it on camera before, so I'll be looking at the video after this to see what I look like when I do it. So let's get ourselves into a kneeling position, okay? Bring the knees hip width apart, okay? So quite close together, little gap between the knees. Squeeze the glutes, shoulders back and relaxed. Lengthen your spine so you're as tall as possible. Chest is open but relaxed. So I'm not pulling my shoulders back, so I'm going to strain. Shoulders back, relaxed. Comfortable, tall, spine strong, neck strong. My hands are here. So for this, what I want you to do is look straight ahead, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to lean back, but we're not going to lean back and push our hips back. We'll keep squeezing the glutes, keep our body nice and straight line from the head right down to the back of your knee. We're going to lean back, but the movement is going to start with your knees, okay? You're going to move from the knees, but the first thing that should move is going to be the back of your head. So I'm going to lean back, but that movement is coming from my knees. I want you to do, we'll do 10 of these, but I want you just take a leap of faith, just go back to an angle that you're comfortable with. As you breathe in, pause for a second, breathe out, return back to this position, nice straight position. And what I want you to do with your head, right now you should probably be looking at me, looking straight ahead, but all I want you to do, as you lean back, your gaze should just go up the wall a little, and as you straighten up, your gaze should come back down to neutral again, okay? So I'm going to do 2, so don't start yet, just keep an eye on me, and I'll give you an idea of what we're looking for here. So shoulders back, relaxed, chest open, squeezing my glutes, back nice and straight. I'm going to breathe in as I sink back, breathe out as I return. So something like this. Okay, so we're going to do 8 more of these, 8 in total, but I want you just to go back to an angle that you're comfortable with, that you feel safe and secure with. Remember, the movement is coming from your knees, but it's the back of your head moving. So keep the glutes nice and tight, don't push the hips back, stay as straight as possible. Breath in as you lower, breath out as you come back up. Little pause, if you can tall manage a little pause when you're back there. Let's go for 8, in your own time. Breath in. Two more. Last one. And relax. Let's take ourselves back down into child's pose. Well done, everybody. Just release all the tension in your back. Okay, let's come up into our last movement. So into 4 point again, shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees, that cat-cow movement, so you don't want to hump in your back. You want your back as flat as possible. So shoulders over the hands, hips over the knees. Let's take one leg with control. Remember that little dish of water here. With control, let's take one leg straight back. So here, breath in. As you raise the leg, keep the leg as straight as possible, working the glute. So the movement should come from the hip. Okay, don't arch your back, or don't let your belly drop down to the floor. Just want to bring it up into a nice straight line, maybe just above 90 degrees. Feel the strength in your glute. Breath in as you lower, breath out as you raise. Okay, so let's go for 8 of these. So point the toe towards the floor, barely let the toes touch the floor. Breath in. As much control as possible. No unnecessary movements. The movement's coming from your hip. That leg stays as straight as possible. One more. So from there, let's bring that knee back into 4-point. Let's take the other leg out. Always thinking of that little dish of water, resting just here. Point the toes, barely touching the floor. Breath in as you raise, breath out as you lower. Let's go, 8 more. Always with control. Last one. Bring that knee back in to 4-point and back to child's pose. So stay where you are. Take both arms round to one side, your head between your arms. Feel the stretch come up your side. And cross over to the other side. Back to the center. Elbows down onto the mat. Walk your fingers forward. Come back up to a kneeling position. Let's stand up. We'll do one final stretch, okay? So feet shoulder width apart as if you're going to do a squat, okay? So feet a little bit wider than normal. Just remember with the squat, the first thing happens, hips go back, bend at the knees as if there's a seat behind you. So that's what we want there. So let's get everybody into this position. Nice little squat, just a mini squat. Push the hips back. So we're not going forward with the knees, we're pushing the hips back. Pushing the bum back, soften the knees, looking straight ahead, take the arms back behind you, big breath in, open up the chest. Now hold the squat position, and all I want you to do now is reach for the ceiling. Reach up as tall as possible as you breathe out. We'll do 10 of these. So big breath in, breath out, breath in, breath out. So feel that stretch running all the way up your spine as you reach for the ceiling. Number 3. Well done everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. So more intermediate to advanced level. Very well done if you managed to do everything, okay, because it was pretty challenging. So that's just over 35 minutes, so that's something you can work on now over the course of the next week, mixing it up with the other videos. Thanks for all your comments, your likes, your shares, and remember, if you know of anybody not on Facebook, I'll put the YouTube link and maybe WhatsApp it to them or email it to them so they can get involved as well. Look after yourselves. We'll have a little vote maybe to see what I'm going to do next week. Maybe weight gain, or maybe we might do a kettlebell workout or a barbell workout. So I might throw a little poll together, or maybe drop me a message or comment what you'd like to see happen next week. Okay, so dumbbells, kettlebells, or a barbell workout maybe for next week. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you next Wednesday night. Take care.